Taron Egerton stars in the new film on Apple TV Plus, Tetris. So let's see if this new film is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Taron Egerton plays the man who discovers Tetris in 1988 and then risks everything by traveling to the Soviet Union, where he joins forces with the inventor to bring the game to the masses. This isn't a video game adaptation of Tetris and everybody's just solving puzzles and all of that. It's about how Nintendo was able to gain the rights to the handheld version of Tetris and bringing it to the masses, pairing it with their Game Boy, and having Taron Egerton's character discover it and trying to obtain those rights. And this film really is interesting. There's a lot of crazy things that happen within this movie, but there's enough in here to make it a really entertaining film while also learning a lot about what it took to gain these rights for Tetris. First off, I really like Taron Egerton. He gives a really good performance in here. He is a man that's very determined, going from his home to Soviet Union, back and forth, trying to get these rights. There's a lot of negotiations along the way. He's putting his and his family's life at risk several times within this film. But Taron Egerton gives a really fun performance, but you also feel that determination for this character, and it makes it for a really likable portrayal of this person who ended up finding Tetris and then trying to obtain those rights and all of the ups and downs with that journey. And throughout the journey, we have a film at times that feels very playful with some of its pixelated transitions. It's able to have this fun feel to it, but also bringing in an aspect that also makes it feel a little more dramatic as we get deeper into these negotiations and him putting his life at risk. The tone becomes less playful and a little more serious, but there are car chases throughout and fun performances and those pixelated transitions to make all these different tones throughout really work alongside each other. The way that it kind of starts off and the introduction of the video game and how important it can be for this young man and trying to obtain these rights. You understand its purpose in the beginning, and then we're able to lead into more of those dramatic scenes, thrilling at times. You feel some of that urgency, and people in Soviet Union are threatening his life, and that you feel that risk within this film. So the pacing and the tone really shifts throughout this movie, and you're on board with the different tone changes because of the setup and the understanding of what may come by trying to obtain these rights for the handheld version of Tetris. And Tetris is one of the most simple, most popular games ever. They're throwing money at the people who own the rights and the inventor and trying to get the handheld version. And then you look more into fake copies of this game, and that puts more at risk as well. But Tetris is a really interesting movie, as I feel like I learned a lot as well, but it felt very playful at times with some of its performances and the dialogue and the pixelated transitions and car chase sequences. But also when it needs to be more urgent and dramatic, it works. And then it abandons some of the more playful tones and embraces some of those more dramatic scenes, and it really does work. I was really surprised with Tetris, as I felt like I didn't know a lot about the rise of it and Nintendo obtaining the rights for it, but it was really interesting to see this in the way that they brought it forth. They brought it in a very dramatic but playful manner, and what the message was and the determination from this character as well. It all really mixed together to create a really unique, fun film. Now, the supporting cast, I don't think has the most to do in here. There's a lot of scenes of the inventor and people who own the rights and some people who work for Nintendo as well. You feel like they have some good scenes within the movie, but their characters and I guess the acting too is not that memorable. So Taron Egerton is really kind of holding this film together, and he does a great job within here. There is enough minor characters in here, but none of them really stood out within this film. Maybe it was due to its quick pacing and its introduction of new characters here and there, and Taron Egerton going back and forth, and some of that urgency throughout. But nonetheless, Tetris, it's worth your time. If you like video games and like video game history, there's enough in here that you will learn about, but also appreciate some of the tone changes throughout, and its fun pixelated transitions, and how it embraces kind of that video game style of the time that it was released as well. So before I give you my score for Tetris, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it out here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where Tetris ranks amongst all of the other 2023 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Tetris a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for Tetris on Apple TV Plus. Have you guys seen it by chance? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.